Dre Young, Shadow Gang.
Family, what's up? What's up? What's up? We back up in here. Pray you guys are doing well, man. We here looking at some ungrateful people. Today is the day that the Lord has made, and we should be grateful and glad in it. But I found some folks that are not too grateful and not too glad. So let's check them out and see what it's all about. Let me get my little thing going on here. Woo, look at it.
I got a surprise for you. I know it's your birthday tomorrow.
I see it. It's not a surprise. It's a go-yard bag.
I'm just saying, though. You know what I'm saying? You don't know
And
what.
I'm just saying. I see the bag.
You
It's
don't
not a
even. You
surprise.
don't know what
People
color.
that
You don't know what color it is, though.
I don't care.
What you mean you don't care? It's your birthday. I'm trying to make you feel special.
And I never said I wanted a go-yard.
Well, just at least
Like,
open it up.
I don't
man.
want it. I don't want that. I didn't
Come
ask
on,
for that.
man.
You know
I
what I
just-
asked for.
So Goyard, I'm a little late, so y'all catch me up. Looks like a Goyard is like a new brand of bag, or it's a new brand that's in there. You know how sometimes brands be out for years, and we don't know about these brands until one of us, our influencer, reintroduces it to our culture. I've seen a lot of. I saw DDG with the bag. I didn't know what it was though. So this Gaylord. Let me go to a different scene here. Let's see. Yeah, so Gaylord bag. So what I'm understanding is a very expensive bag. Very, 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 very expensive. And as this video goes on for the things that he did for this young lady, I don't know. I don't see a wedding ring on her finger. So let's see how it pans out.
I just spent so much money on it. I
And
spent
you should've
$4,000 on this.
And
Come
you know
on.
what that's what I went to? A car payment for my G-Wagon.
Alright, but you know,
G-Wagon.
I just. It ain't-
$4,000 for my Van Cleef. I didn't ask for a go-yard. You buy me what you want me to have. I
I
don't
understand
want
that.
this.
Just look at it.
Move
Goddamn,
it,
bro. Just look at it.
No, I don't want that shit. I don't want that. I didn't ask for that.
Can you
You're
just
not
look at it?
gonna-
I got
can
something.
You get out of my face?
I got something in the go-yard.
Can you get
It's
out of
something
my
in the
face?
go-yard.
It better be some keys.
Open it up.
Like, this ugly ass bag. I didn't ask for this.
What you mean it's ugly?
Like, this is like some shit for you.
Oh, your favorite color is black and brown.
When did I ever tell you that?
All right. I'm not getting to looks, but usually if you give a female a $5,000 bag, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, what we got? What we got? Let alone the attitude knocks it down even further. If she was a 10, her attitude alone knocks her down to a 3. All right, let's finish.
You always wear brown. Look at your hair, brown. Come on, man. I know
Hair
my
is
girl.
not even-
I know my girl.
Just because I wear brown hair does not mean that I
I
like
know
brown.
my girl, man.
You
Just
don't
open it
know.
up.
My
Open it
favorite
up,
color
babe.
is pink.
Babe, open the bag up.
Right.
Damn, you doing too much.
No, you're doing too less.
All right, man. It's your birthday tomorrow. I'm just trying to
Right.
make you feel special. Open it up. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been wanting to watch.
I didn't ask for no Rolex. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
A Rolex?
You serious right now? Yo, come on now. Now you doing too much now. I just went out my way and bought you a fucking Rolex
You
and a
went out your
motherfucking.
way to buy me bullshit that I didn't ask for. I didn't ask for a go-yard. I didn't ask for a Rolex.
Can you just look at the watch?
Like, I don't need a Rolex. I didn't want that.
Can you just look at the watch?
I don't want it.
You talking about a car?
I don't want
I'm trying
it.
to. Let me talk. You talking about a car, right? I bought you a Rolex that's gonna appreciate in value, something that's gonna hold its value. I went
You
out
know
and spent.
what?
Listen to me.
I'm
Listen.
I'm a sell.
Listen to me. Come on, man. Now you tripping. Give me my
said
watch.
no.
Nah, give me the watch.
Okay.
Nah, give me the watch.
That's cool. We gonna
I'm just
sell it.
saying, look at the watch. That's all I'm saying, though.
It's fine. We're gonna sell it.
Look at the watch.
We're gonna sell it. I can open this. We're gonna sell
Let me
it.
open it.
We're gonna sell
Open
it.
it. Damn.
Yes, you're right. It holds a value.
Yeah, look.
Perfect, plain Jane.
Listen. Let me
No,
tell you about
that's
this watch.
fine.
Though. Let me
Don't care. I'm gonna sell it.
Let me tell you about the watch. You're
Yeah.
not listening.
You got the receipt for this bag?
Man, give me this shit back. Give me this shit
You have
back,
the
man.
receipt?
You mad ungrateful.
Any receipts?
Why you being
No
so
receipt?
ungrateful? I want to spend
You got the
$4,000.
receipts?
Yeah, I got the receipt.
Out of hair out on her head. Doof. Go. Ungrateful. So why do we date people like this? I mean, he had to have known this. I'm not sure if it's a skit or not, but he had to have known her personality, her attitude prior to shoot this video. That's probably why he shot it, to show her ungratefulness. So far, this chick got a $4,000 bag, and that Rolex gotta be between 8 and 10 grand. It gotta be between 8 and 10 grand. Oh, look at her face, man. Yeah, and she mad young too. Woo.
But can I talk to why you so mad that I didn't get you a
Can I
G-Wagon?
have it? Can I have the receipt?
Look at the way you acting. Why should I get you a
Can I have
G-Wagon?
the receipt?
Do you feel like you deserve a G-Wagon?
I don't want this shit.
So you don't want
Yo,
so
can
you
I have
don't
the
want a
receipt?
watch that can hold up in
I
value.
want the watch, and guess what? I'm going to sell it.
You want
Now
some
give me the
kid
receipt.
shit right now. You want some kid
Cool,
shit.
give
I
me
was
the
trying to
receipt.
make a good video to
Can
you know what I'm saying?
I don't
Posting
care.
shit.
Post it still. Give me the
Oh, he
receipt.
was
Ah, why the f I post this shit? You being
Right,
mad
I'm
and
I'm
ungrateful
just
and
gonna take
shit.
this back to
Ah, you're not
Rolex.
about to take no. Give me the watch,
It's
man.
cool.
Give me the watch.
Here,
You don't
grab
deserve
the
shit. No, give me the watch, man.
Bye.
Give me the watch, man.
Bye.
You doing too much, man.
Bye. Get out.
Hey,
Come back
you ain't
with a
even gonna say
G-Wagon.
thank you for what I did.
Come back with a G-Wagon, then I'll say thank you.
You don't even deserve no fucking G-Wagon. Look at how you acting
Okay.
over some shit that I
Okay.
went and spent my time with.
That ugly ass bag, I don't want that.
Now it's not a bag ugly.
That's a man's bag to look like.
No, it's a
You
backpack.
bought that for you.
No, it's a backpack.
Do I wear backpacks in my school?
So when you can carry it like this as well. When you traveling, you can go
ugly.
ahead and
Oh
just.
my gosh.
I'm just saying, man.
Can you go?
You always been talking about
Can
that
you
you
go?
wanted to watch. It's not the pink face that you wanted.
Exactly. Can you
Listen,
go?
but it's not the pink face.
Because
But
my
it's the,
favorite color is pink. Right. Can you go?
I understand that, but what I'm saying is you made mad or ungrateful on
Can
some
you just
shit.
get out,
I
bro?
went and spent
you
my
get
time.
out? Can you get
went
out?
to-
Can you
listen,
get out?
listen.
Can
Let me
you get
talk.
out?
Let me talk.
Can you
I
get
went
out?
to New York City, got the Go Yard, spent 40.
He went to New York City. I hope it's a knockoff. Lord, please let it be a knockoff. That way, I won't feel so bad for him by his money, his pocket being light, because she is not appreciating none of this crap. That's crazy. Fellas, what would y'all do in this situation? What I would do? You ask what I would do? It would probably take everything in me not to go upside her head. No, I'm just joking. But in my mind, I'm like, oh. No, but you put it like this. You know who you dating. You know who you married to. You know the reaction, that the potential reaction. He knew this before he bought it for her. I think that's why he went so hard for her birthday, thinking that she would want this. But she set the bar even higher for him, and he's trying to figure out how to get over these hoops. But hopefully, with this video that he made, he would dismiss her quickly, because this is sure only. I'm sure she's done this before. This is not a new reaction for him, but he used to dealing with her. So I'm not sure if he's an older gentleman, and you can tell she's mad young. And I'm not sure who popped her head up so high or so big to think that she deserves the things that she's asking for. She must have got some really good game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's crazy.
3,000 on the watch. You want to know why?
If I was on the watch, I could have had a G-Wagon.
You don't deserve a G-Wagon. You don't even do. I'm trying to buy you an asset. I'm trying to buy you an asset that can hold its value or go up in value. It's damn near an investment.
You were about the wrong shit.
I'm worried about the wrong shit, but you sit up here not doing shit. You don't pay no bills in this house.
Yep.
You don't got no
I
job.
got a business.
Yeah, but you don't make no money on it. Obviously,
I do.
You don't
I
clean.
do.
You don't
Guess
clean.
what? Guess what?
You don't clean either.
So where did she say in the
You
washer?
don't clean that either. You don't clean either. Obviously,
sheets are in the washer.
Junior on the couch sleep.
Yeah, but guess what? My business do make a lot of money. But guess
That's
what?
cool.
You don't know that because guess what? You're spending all your money on me. And I spend all my money on me.
Hey, look, man, give me
all
my-
my money goes on me and all your
give
money
me
goes
maintain and sustain the development that's been built by men, correct?
Yes. I got a surprise for you. I know it's your birthday tomorrow.
I see it. It's not a surprise. It's a go-yard bag.
I'm just saying.
All right. I'm not sure what happened. Was that the end of it?
I got a surprise for you. I know it's your birthday tomorrow.
But you don't know that all your money on me.
Clean either. Obviously,
sheets are in the washer.
Junior on the couch sleep.
Yeah, but guess what? My business do make a lot of money. But guess
That's
what?
All right. I've had enough of this one right here. Where am I at? Discombobulated. Man, y'all already know. If you got somebody in your life, male or female, like this in your life, it's time to do the exodus to the left or right. It's time to do something different definitely different. Definitely different than what they're giving you. You deserve better than that. I mean, that's obvious, and it goes really without saying, but it's still people to put themselves in this type of situation, which is crazy. Man, crazy. My goodness. All right, guys. We're going to sue Kevin Samuels, this little lady. I think she's about the same age as that last young lady we looked at, just to give perspective on the mindset of these youngsters out here. Youngsters, as in females as well, too. So let's see what he does, what kind of coaching he gives her, and then we'll go from there.
Hi, sorry, I'm in shock that you answered.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
All right. First name?
Sarah?
Sarah. All right. So
Yeah.
what are we talking about? Are you a high demand woman?
I mean, that's not for me to judge. Beauty's in the eyes of
Okay. Well, what do you think you are?
the beholder.
Well, yeah, of course it's not for you to judge, but just like it's not for a man to determine whether or not he's a high value man, but he knows where he is on his way to and what he wants to be. Where would you say you're at in this whole thing?
So I'm currently in a relationship, and I mean, I guess according to your standards, my man is a highly, what do you call it? A
High value, girl.
high demand man or whatever. You know, you talk about like what
High
a man.
value man?
High value man. Yeah, he's one of those. But I didn't even consider him as that until, I started to listen to you, and then I learned like what exactly makes a man high value in accordance to what you would say.
How long have you been in a relationship?
This was our second Valentine's that we celebrated together.
Okay. So that means what?
2 years.
Ladies, err on the side of just being simple. 2 years. Are y'all getting married?
Yeah.
No?
Literally, so that's what
You
we
say
talk
no?
about.
You say no?
No, I said literally, that's all that we talk about. He says that he has plans, and I've expressed to him what I desire, and he
But
says
I want to be clear. Did you say yes, we are, or no, we're not?
we are planning to get married.
Okay. Do you have any children?
No.
When are you guys planning to get married?
So I kind of have a timeline of like, 2 years I feel like is enough time for the relationship to move into marriage. So, I mean, I'm hoping
2 more
soon.
years?
I'm not the one that gets down on my knees.
2 more years?
No, I say 2 years, period. I feel like is enough time to determine whether you want to marry someone or not.
Okay. And then what?
And then you build a family, you build a life together. But I have a question for you.
All right.
Can I ask you a question? So, you always talk about how God is so good because this was manifestation 101. But my question to you, so I am currently, he has his own place. I have my own place. I'm full-time employed. He owns a lounge that's about 40 minutes away from where I stay. Should I, having the kind of man that I have, leave my job to work for him? It's been 2 years. You kind of say that a woman who wants to be with a man lifelong should be okay with working for him. And I'm okay with that. But at the same time, it's kind of like, what about that? Yeah.
Has he offered to hire you?
He would love for me to be full-time there.
Has he
That's
offered?
what he wants from me. But I guess I'm just comfortable in having my own, but I know that I have to work into it. So would you say that I should quit my job and go work with him full-time?
No. Well, not if you should do what you're doing. Go ahead and lose him. Why? What do you mean? You don't want to lose him?
No.
So why are you asking if you already know the answer?
Okay, I thought so. Okay, yeah, I guess, yeah, I hear you.
My question is, why is it taking so long? How old is he?
He is 14 years my senior.
Why don't you just get to the question directly?
Oh.
Let me all of y'all. What's a year's 38, right? Is it 30? Let me see. So much 40. Okay. All All right, we back.
He's 40.
You know what? I used to feel so bad for Kevin because when he was on live, these women would complicate simple questions that could take literally seconds to answer.
I mean, understand, you're talking to an audience. You celebrate our second Valentine's, 2 years. 14 years my senior, 40. So are you just a naturally talkative person?
No, I'm just like an all kind of sorta. But
All right, well, I'm just saying, it's always easier to err on the side. So he wants you to come work for him
yes.
full time. Why hasn't he put a ring on your finger?
He always talks about how he's going to, and he has plans of doing that. You
Why
know,
hasn't he put a ring on your
last
finger?
time is getting close.
Why hasn't he put a ring on your finger?
I can't answer that.
He owns a lounge.
Mm-hmm.
He owns a home.
Mm-hmm.
He owns a car.
Mm-hmm.
There are men who work at Subway who can find an engagement ring.
Right.
Why hasn't he put a ring on your finger?
It's about time. I mean, he talks about how he really wants to do it and how he pictures me being his wife and how he's like so grateful to God that I came in his life.
Why do you keep saying that like it makes a difference?
I guess I'm just trying to answer your question.
That is not an answer. He hasn't put a ring on my finger because he doesn't need to.
Facts. That's true. He get everything he wants.
What would make a man need to? I mean, what does that mean? Sorry.
Because he wants to. I mean, does he have any kids?
Yeah.
Has he ever been married?
No, he hasn't.
How many kids does he have?
3.
How many different mothers?
1. Just 1.
How long were they together?
Like, I mean, the oldest one is like 12.
How long were they together?
Yeah, like 12 to 15 years.
And he didn't marry her?
Did he? He didn't.
But another woman.
But he also told me she never talked about marriage.
Another woman had 1, 2, 3 children with this man and was with him for 12 to 15 years, and he didn't put a ring on her finger. Yet she did far more than quit her job. She produced 1, 2, 3 kids and never got a ring. You've been around for 2 Valentine's days. He ain't gonna marry you.
So I guess there's just the marrying type and the not.
No, not really, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's honestly concerning that she knew he didn't marry his ex-girlfriend who had multiple kids for him and was with him during the 15 years they were together. But she thinks that she could get a better deal and hasn't even been in the picture for more than 3 years. It's crazy to me.
so I'm listening to this from, of course, another source, and that's the voice you guys hear. But what do you guys think? Please comment. Well, I guess I can't really comment. I can just comment up until now. I'm like Kevin, he's getting everything he wants right now, so there's really no need to change that. Also, he had 3 kids with the other young lady that he's been with between 12 and 15 years. So to some degree, he's still dealing with her too. If he's not married to her, who knows? I'm not sure how deep this goes, but I guess it's fine. Let's just find out.
See, I'm wondering why you looked at a man who has 3 children by a woman and he never married her, thinking he's going to put a ring on your finger.
I asked all the questions.
I don't care. No. Man, I don't care what you ask. I care what you do. Why did you even let this get past 30 fucking days?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. How tall are you?
5'4". 5'4",
5'4". That size?
4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5 4, 5.
How much you weighed last time you weighed yourself?
136.
Is that 5'4"?
Do that. Hold your hand up. Do that.
See the wrist.
All right.
My nails?
No, your size.
Ma'am,
So he could tell by her facial structure and her little fat fingers, she got them dimples in there, that she's not the size she says she is. 4 or 5, that's tiny. And then she said she's 5'4", so she still would be 5'4" at 130. But her face is a bit full. I mean, nothing wrong with none of this. I'm just saying we just giving observations from what the question that he asked. That's it. Let me go on to see what his pattern of questions is going to be.
if this were a job and somebody, let's say they had a job and they never got promoted to the next level, 12 or 13 years, would you say they're good at their job?
I mean, if they stuck around that long, they were good at their job, but I guess
No,
they're
no. They stayed at the same level. They're not good. They just got employed. See,
Yeah.
the woman that came before you, have you ever talked to her?
She has reached out to me in negative ways.
What was the question I asked you?
No, I haven't. I haven't
Why
talked
haven't you talked to her?
because there hasn't been any situations for positive interaction.
Right. But her 3 kids are around you.
No way.
You never met the kids.
Because I told him I don't want to unless we're married.
You've never met these children.
Yeah, I haven't. But that's my choice, though. Okay.
He left better.
You been with a dude with 2 years with kids. You'd be a stepmother before a wife, and you've never even met these children? Oh, and how old are you?
I'm 26.
Yeah, obviously you don't have dad in life, right?
I don't have a dad in my life?
Uh-huh.
No, I definitely did have a dad in my life. He passed away like 3 years ago.
Well, he's not been around since this shit started. Would your dad allow you to do this?
Yeah, I think he'd be happy because me and the guy come from like the same country, the same
If
tribe.
your dad would be happy for this, your dad needs his ass whooped.
Oh, shit.
Man, this man ain't gonna marry you, and you ain't gonna marry him. Why would you marry somebody and you ain't even met the kids you're gonna be the stepmother to? You haven't talked to the woman because honestly, in ways you probably don't want to hear, she probably gonna tell you some shit about this man you already know that you don't want to deal with. So you go ahead and lie to yourself and live in this fantasy world and all the shit he's gonna do, and you wake up and be 30 and be 50 pounds heavier, and then wonder, what happened to my youth? You tricked it away. He ain't marrying you. He didn't marry the chick that had 3 kids. She was more committed than you are.
I hear you.
That's true.
Do you?
I do.
So we talk about it all the time. What do you talking to him about marriage have to do with anything? Why hasn't he carried his ass down to the K Jewelers and bought the... Because he don't want to marry you. Now what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to journal, pray, talk to my higher spirit, decide what's next.
Yeah, in other words, I'm gonna save my ass right here because of sunken cost fallacy, and I'm gonna waste another 2 or 3 years. And when the shit ends up the way it already is, I'm going to be a bitter 30-year-old saying men ain't shit.
No, I believe in the power of manifestation, and I'm talking to you, Kevin.
I don't want to hear that
Like
shit.
this
God,
is.
no, you're not gonna put that on my God. My God ain't never said nothing about manifestation. He said faith without works is dead. You new wave Christians with your wannabe belief system doesn't line up with the word. Don't put that on my God. You came to the right one.
Okay.
Where is it in the Bible? It says manifest. What are you manifesting with to do this? 40 years old. Why is he dealing with you at 26 if he doesn't want to make an honest woman out of you? Why was he 38 and you were 24 if he wasn't planning on marrying you anyway? Because you didn't require it, because you were whatever. You ain't even met these kids, and the kids are what, 12 years old?
Mm.
You ain't a mother no way. That's why you don't want to meet these kids, because you ain't serious.
Plus, she.
So he ain't wrong.
Plus, why would you want to? He, actually, I can't. He said exactly what I was thinking. Because, and also for her, why would she want to put herself in a situation like that? That's and you can go out there and create your own life, your own situation. She's a pretty girl, her own thing.
He ain't wrong. You equally as complicit in this shit. And I bet you if you had the balls to sit down or the guts to sit down and talk to that other woman, she'd tell you, girl, run.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to hear
Yeah.
that.
No, but that's what I needed to hear, and I'm listening.
Ladies, if you sit back and want, this is why a conversation I just had, why men, dating is dumb. This is why dating is dumb. Because when women decide to latch onto a man, y'all waste all your time, and because it doesn't work out, the next guys that come along got to deal with your emotional damage.
No, he didn't.
Okay, thank you for your time. I hear you.
Y'all need to go ahead and break up.
Okay, thank you,
You need to go ahead
Kevin.
and break up with him so he can. Bye-bye.
What do y'all think, man? I mean, fellas, we already know if we want to be with a female, then we gonna make sure we make that thing happen ASAP. You feel me? Um, I think he gave it a good advice. Of course, I mean, I hate to listen to other people's, relationship stuff because it's other dynamics is always involved. So, but he did give us some good advice. Let's get on to the next. All right, family, we back up in this joint. Put my head right here. All right, let's see what we got next from Kevin. Yeah, boy. See what he's talking about. See, he's a boss chick. He'll give a reality check. So let's see what he's talking about.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Your first name?
My name is Nikita.
Nikita.
Okay, Nikita. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. And the other lady in the dark? Hello? Ma'am? All right. She's not getting her stuff together. You miss, what is your IG? Does it start with an M or an I?
It starts
Nikita.
with it starts with the M. It's Miss Turner.
Oh, okay. We're going to go ahead. So, what are we talking about? We talking about boss chick, the side chick, or we talking about the cheating or lying? What are we talking about?
Well, I consider myself to be a boss chick. I'm 26.
Okay.
Currently single. So, I mean, you were explaining to women that they are wasting their years being a boss chick. Why can't I build my life the way I want it without potentially just being a side chick?
What do you want?
A husband eventually.
Why eventually? After what?
Right.
After I have what I need to be stable, because, for example, let's take the baby situation, right? She now is.
No, let's not take that, because that's not how most people live.
I feel like a lot of people do. I feel like a lot of people.
No, ma'am, no, they don't. That's not how most people live. Most people aren't millionaires.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's true.
So you want a husband eventually.
I do.
You have enough to be, why? Okay. Eventually when?
Definitely before I hit 30.
What month is your birthday?
May.
So you turn 26 in May?
No, I will turn 27 this coming May.
Right. So in roughly 8 months, you'll be 27.
Correct.
So in 3 years and 8 months or so, you want to have a husband.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How long do you think you will date somebody before you decide whether or not you should get married?
I don't think it's a time frame. I think it's more of compatibility and.
No, that's not the question I asked. Come on, boss chick. Let's talk like bosses. Let's speak in the language of business, boss.
Okay, let's do it. I would say 3 years minimum.
3 years minimum of seeing somebody before you know that they're the person to marry.
Correct.
So that means you got a whole 8 months to find that person. Come on, boss. Stay on the path, boss. Let's boss up. Let's boss up.
Oh my God, I like how all it took was Kevin to repeat exactly what she said to him back, just for her to realize how delusional and silly it sounds.
That's true. That's very.
Hold the phone steady, please. How many children do you want to have?
I want 2 children.
Right. And after you're pregnant and married with your first child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
I do not. I would prefer to be
cool.
taking care of my kids.
Okay.
She's a boss. She's a boss, but she still wants somebody to take care of her. All right, let's see what Kevin will go with this. And again, guys, the lady's voice you hear is the actual video I pulled it from. I found it, so she's giving commentary as well.
Okay, so and what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
The percentage of the financial load of the family.
That means the 2 kids that you're staying home for. Because do you want to homeschool? Do you want your kids in public school, private school? What do you want?
I want homeschool.
Okay, so it means you're going to teach them.
I will teach them or find somebody to teach.
Right. But it's going to be a cost.
Right.
And homeschool until what age?
Until they ready to go to college, if that's what they want.
All right. So how long do you want to be married before you have your first child?
I want to be married for at least a year.
Okay, at least a year. So by your calculations, what the fuck do you need to be a boss for if you're going to be a stay-at-home wife?
What if my husband were to leave me?
According to what you just said, boss chick, 3 years of seeing somebody. And then after marriage, you don't want to hit a lick. You want to stay at home and raise your kids. That means he has to pay the bills. Then what are you the boss for? What is it doing for the bottom line for the family?
Sorry, y'all.
I can be both.
What is it, man? Boss up. Don't ask me questions with questions, boss. I'm a shareholder. You're the CEO. Maximize profits. Why are we investing in a position that's not going to increase the bottom line? Why are we putting money into something that's not going to put money back into the family?
You got a point.
Okay, I just want to know, why are women so terrified of men leaving them when statistics show that it's actually women who are leaving marriages more than men? I don't know why that's one of the main points I hear women make when they talk about their fear of commitment, because if anything, the men should be having this fear.
So I need to clarify, let's back it down. Why is it that a woman who really wants to be a stay-at-home wife and homeschool her children talking about boss chick?
Is my only destiny in life is to be a mother, a wife. I can't have my own business. I can't.
Where in what you just said is a business? Yes, let me go ahead and you ladies have been made to believe with all these entrepreneurs and boss chicks running around, these bitches are broke. They're living an Instagram fantasy life. Look at their balance sheets. Excuse me.
Okay.
Look at the census. Look at the average income. Go to blackdemographics.com. That tells the truth. 9% of black women earn $75,000 or more. 74% of black women earn less than $50,000 a year. The average black woman, don't shake your head, listen and learn.
Don't make me a statistic, though. I'm not a statistic.
You are a statistic. You're not special.
I'm special.
You're not special. You're one of 7 billion. Get over it. The vagina you have comes standard on each model. And the sooner you ladies learn that ain't nothing special about you until we decide it's special, the better off you'll be. Because everything you're talking about, becoming a boss and this and that in the business, how it's going to
How is it going to benefit the family? You just said, I want to homeschool my kids. And then turn around. Here comes this feminist shit. Well, is all I'm supposed to be a mother? Why? Yes. If I had said yes, why is that not the most important thing? How many women out there have businesses and everything else, and they have children that are in the streets, on drugs, on OnlyFans, doing ghetto gaggers?
Okay,
Which one do you want to do? Excuse me. Not many. That's the point. So why do so what's more important? Your ego or your family?
It has nothing to do with my ego. My family.
Oh, it sounds like your ego. No. See, that's the problem. Choices and trade-offs. You cannot have it all. Nobody can. If you are out being a boss chick, who's schooling your children?
I mean, there's a lot of entrepreneurs who can sit on their ass and take care of their
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, you don't know anybody. Excuse me. This is more of this fantasy stuff. I'm living this for real. I know the world. You're 26. Why don't you listen?
All right.
Because how many millionaires do you know?
Several.
Personally.
How many female millionaires do you know?
Personally, none. That doesn't mean I can't be one.
What do you want to do? You want to have a successful family, or do you want to be a boss chick? Because you can't have both. See, this is a modern feminist programming running amok, because what she actually said up front is what her heart truly wants. She truly wants a family. She truly wants to school her children like the natural impulse, but the fear that's been placed into modern women. Fear, scarcity, and lack. Well, what if he does this? What if he does that? When 80% of the time when the divorce is filed, it's a woman filing it. Men aren't leaving relationships. It's you ladies, because you're dual-minded. You're chaotic. You want to be impressive to your friends instead of impressing and doing what you should do with your family and your man. Because these chicks you're talking about, all these boss chicks, I sit around and look at them all day. They're single as fuck, unhappy, and alone. They can get a lot of dick, a lot of attention. They can travel. They can make good Instagrams and good TikToks. But what they don't have is a family this time of year.
Right. So you're saying I should just drop all?
I'm not saying. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I have my own business currently.
Okay. Where'd you go to college?
I went to Dominguez Hills out here in California.
What's your degree in?
Criminal justice. Useless degree, yes.
Criminal justice, communications, marketing, sociology, psychology. You can't make this shit up. And what's your business?
I have a car rental company.
A what?
Car rental company.
Car rental company. You rent cars?
I have cars of my own that I rent out. I have a car rental company.
How long have you had this business?
Going on a year now.
What did you do before that?
Work regular 9 to 5.
And how many cars? Do you have a fleet?
Yes, I have 6 cars on my fleet. Currently, 4 of them I own.
Is it a limousine company? Is it an executive car?
No, just mid-luxury to economy cars. Mm-hmm.
And what do you expect to, okay, and it's been up for a year?
Yes, it's been going strong for almost a year, yes.
Do you have any W-2 employees?
No, I work for my company.
Oh, okay. So who are your drivers? Not your drivers. So you rent cars?
Yes. So my cars really bring in money for me.
Mm-hmm. So what do you plan on doing with that in the next 5 years?
I'm planning on scaling it to the point where I'm out of it and I can sit at home with my kids.
Excuse me. Scaling it to what?
My personal goal is just have an exotic fleet.
Mm-hmm. Where's going to be the cash for the growth of this business? If you work standard 9 to 5, who's funding this business? I don't work 9 to 5 currently. No. You said before you started this, you worked a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So where'd the seed money come from?
From my 9 to 5. I saved. I've always been financially responsible.
That's fine. That's fine. But you're not doing the 9 to 5 anymore, right?
No, I'm not.
So your first year into your business, you've taken everything you put it into the business. What's the prognosis for the average small business inside the first year? How many of them fail?
I don't know. You would have to tell me.
You don't? Come on, boss.
Because I don't plan to
50
fail.
plus percent.
Who does
It's
plan to
about
fail? But that's why
70%
you have
covered.
insurance, boss.
It's not an option.
Excuse me, man. It's a reality. And this is another thing you ladies need to stop talking. Like you all are fucking winners. Somebody comes in second. You have car insurance on these vehicles?
So what he did was he probed her until he got to a point to where he could interject. So he probed her until he got a point to where it's almost like he found a potential weakness. I hate to say it like that, but I don't know what to say. I think it's, to me, I want to say it's a bit harsh, but it's reality check nonetheless. Just trying to see if I agree with the way he did that. And I have no nothing to say either way. I'm just observing. That's it. This is for entertainment purposes only. So let's just keep that in mind. But let's continue to look to see exactly how Wade goes with this question.
Of course. They could
Why? No one plans on getting into an accident.
Right, of course. But
you have it. But you have it because the statistics say this many cars, this kind of interaction, these are the possibilities. The same reason your insurance at 26 is cheaper than it is at 56. See, you ladies don't like the fact of the matter that reality is what it is, no matter how you feel about it. Small businesses, 80% fail inside the first year, especially first-time business. Ma'am, you said school year, then be quiet and listen. Or you can talk it. You can be strong, loud, and wrong. Go ahead. Because I'm not saying anything to hurt you. But why are you so defiant? I don't plan to fail. Well, ma'am, who does? All you need is a second round of Corona to fail. Oops.
Transportation is never going away. Everybody gonna need a car.
Man.
I was right there. He's right. That part, he's right. I had a limousine before COVID. And as soon as COVID hit, we had to distance. We couldn't leave our houses. We was confined. I mean, that automatically stops any transportation because you're confined to your house. You're quarantined. So right, he is right. I understand, but I do understand her mentality about it as well too. She's not thinking fail; she's thinking succeed. And usually with that type of mentality, you have to silo your focus. You can't look to the left, can't look to the right. You have to keep your eye on the prize, and really that leaves no room for nothing or anybody else. To be very honest with you, it should be calm. To get to the level I'm assuming she wants to be at. Then she's young, full of energy, and she's put all her energy into that business. And for her to be able to have 6 cars, I'm sure she's doing Turo. For her to have 6 cars, able to quit her job off of it, so she's really putting in some work. You feel me? Off 6 cars, so she's gonna at some point she's gonna have to scale up, and she's gonna also have to basically scale up to a point to where she has money ready and her credit still straight to be able to create an exit plan for those cars as they get older, as she's add cars in there. So it's a process. It's definitely a process. Let's finish up and see what he has to say.
A second, your business thrived during the lockdown? Oops. No, it didn't. You didn't have it.
I didn't.
Right. And would it have thrived during the lockdown? When we're locked down, no one's going anywhere. That means nobody's renting a car.
I can speak Turo because I had Turo cars, and yeah, that shit lockdown. You can hang that up. I mean, that's obvious. That's obvious, and she knows it. But I understand her mentality about being an entrepreneur, and like I said, that never stop, never quit type mentality. I'm not going to fail. I'm focused. I definitely understand that.
Uber Eats, Uber.
Rental car. Excuse me, ma'am. That essential drivers don't rent cars. They own cars. See, this is what I'm saying.
Some of them do.
Talk like a boss.
I am. I'm letting you know.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're talking like a girl. Another lockdown of coronavirus, your business is in trouble because you have no employees, so you can't even really apply for big money on the Paycheck Protection Loan. paycheck protection program. Another lockdown, the Delta variant. We're in the winters. We're in the fall and winter. It's around here. Do you even know what's going on with the coronavirus? Business owner, do you understand how it's impacting business worldwide? And one more lockdown for a business, a car rental business. No one needs to rent cars because they have Uber, they have Lyft, they have Via. So you're saying that somebody rents a car to go drive Uber? Well, no one's going to rent a car to drive Uber in a lockdown.
They're going to rent my car to do Uber and Uber Eats.
This is why remember guys, I want you to go back to the audience. Remember why I said boss chicks fail and become side chicks? The word that starts with the E, ends with an O, right here below me. Ego is bigger than her head. She can't even hear. A man who's had twice your age and far more experience in business, and you talking like you got the keys to life, and you had a 9 to 5 last year. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm talking like I know I could be and will be something, and you are not definitely.
Who said? Excuse you. See, that's another thing. You ladies think because someone tells you the realities about business, you're killing my dreams. You're crushing my dreams. Dreams are fine, but they need to be rooted in reality. You had to fund this business. Why? Because you didn't have the credit to go into a bank to get it. You didn't have the collateral to go into a bank to get it.
I did.
Okay, and how much did? Okay, and then why did? Okay, you did.
How do you think I got?
Okay, you said you You said you saved up. That's what you said. I said where the excuse me. No. I said where the seed money comes from. Let's back up because you said you saved up. Where did all the seed money come from? Did you save it all or did you get a loan?
Got a loan. Used my credit.
Mm-hmm.
Used what I had saved.
How much was the loan?
On all 4 cars, I have 4 different loans on my cars.
You got a few loans.
Okay.
So you guys know, unless you got an enterprise already, and you got a lump sum and some significant amount of cash down, it's gonna be separate loans, which makes sense. I mean, she probably had good credit, and probably for the first car, she went ahead and grabbed it, and while they was in the process of that first car, she probably would have got about 3 or 4 more loans at the same time and get all the cars started at the same time. That's probably how she was able to quit. That's how some influencers was teaching other tour hosts of how to get their fleet up real quick. So I wonder where she is right now. I may do a video of some of the people he's talked to and then look back and see where he at.
So you don't own the cars, you're paying on them?
Well, my customers pay them for me, yes.
No. They're in your name, not your customer's name.
Well, yeah, whatever. Yes.
Right. So how much was the loan? Did you take a loan from the small business loan from the bank?
You going deep?
No, I just financed my cars.
Right.
My business.
Exactly. So you're over. So let's keep it real. You had a 9 to 5.
Yes.
You saved some money. You went and got a car, then another car, and another car, and another car. But all those cars are not yours. They're still being paid. So it means you have to have, you have to pay full coverage, everything else. And you said you used your credit.
Correct.
So,
LLC,
are you cash flow positive?
credit.
Yes. My business is profitable.
It's profitable. How much? Okay, I'm gonna ask you a trick question. Are you taking the salary?
Am I taking a salary? I pay myself, yes.
First year business owner. 4 cars on lease.
6 on my fleet. I own 4.
6 on 4. You pay yourself. No employees, ma'am. Again, I'm trying to look at you. If you think this is a solid business that's going to, okay, I'm gonna tell you this way. Take it to Shark Tank and see what happens. Okay. You think if you took this business to Shark Tank, the sharks would invest in it?
Yes. I wouldn't go in there not thinking they wouldn't.
Of course. Right. So if that's the case, could you go back into Bank of America, Chase, any of the large multinational banks and go out and get another loan? Or get a loan?
This video is. Still got to get time in this video.
Okay. When are you going to start hiring?
So this is a It's a 30-minute video. I realized it was 30 minutes. I want to see exactly what advice was given relationship wise. I'll give it a few more minutes and then we'll call it.
People.
I'm in the process of doing that right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like you got all this to do and you still need 3 years to find a husband. Which one's going to give first? Oops. See, you thought I was going a whole nother way and I went a different direction. No. This is what you said you want. Don't clam up now.
My husband.
Don't climb up now. You got to admit, that's a lot to do. You see, that's the point.
It is a lot. I agree.
And when you ladies stop talking like men don't know what the fuck we're talking about and start understanding that we do bring value and we're not trying to crush your dreams or whatever. I just took what it is you said you wanted and put it in a language that you understand it, and it even made you shut up. That's why you can't be a boss chick and a wife. Not this way. Because what you want is something different. How does this rental car business facilitate you becoming a wife with 2 children that you're staying at home raising? It's homeschooling. How does that business facilitate that? Answer that question. That's fair. That's a fair question.
That is a fair question.
Mm-hmm. The answer is?
I guess when you put it like that, I am more concerned about my protection if my husband were to leave.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to move to the side for a second. I don't know how long you've been watching me, so don't take this personal. Remember what I said. Decisions made in fear, scarcity, and lack tend to reside in anxiety and stress. And fear, scarcity, and lack is what motivates modern women's interaction with men. It's not in good faith. It's always, I gotta protect myself in case the worst happens. But if you look at the numbers, as a business person should, a 50+% divorce rate, 8 out of 10 divorces are initiated by the woman. Men are not leaving. You ladies leave. Even if 8 out of 10, even if half of those were for the worst parts of the Bible.
I see where he was going with it. He was testing her business acumen to see if she's able to sustain. And she wanted, he read her, she wanted a safety net. And he said most women want a safety net. I mean, sometimes, for the most part, that's logical thinking for anybody. A contingency type mindset. But more or less, men think it's contingency. Just in case this happens, let me make sure I can prepare and provide in this particular area. Let's see what's going on here, guys.
He's beating you up with kittens and having sex with your brother. That still leaves 4 out of 10 marriages that women are walking away from for irreconcilable differences. I'm not happy. Bottom line, the fear you ladies have is you. Because right here, we've just showed that you guys don't think about anything really long term. And you're not cultivating the skills to go 30, 40, 50 years with somebody. You have short-term skills with a man, like most modern women. That's why you have to give yourself insurance, because you, like most modern women, are the variable, not us. Mm. So again, the business you're talking about, at the end of the day, if you found the man that you were talking about, that business will go away. And even if it made $100,000, that would be it. It's not something that will continue to run. So does it make more sense to take your time, energy, and your prime years to devote it into something that, by your own admission, you would be willing to give up to raise your own children?
Yeah.
This is like going into student loan debt to go to Princeton or Harvard to get a degree in English. It's you.
All right, I lost my train of thought, but I know exactly what he's saying. Ah, what was I about to say? I forgot, guys. I'm sorry. I had it right up the tip of my tongue.
Useless. I just asked you, how is what you're talking about going to benefit the family? You don't have an answer, and you still are saying yes.
Okay.
That's ego.
All right, I'm back. So I believe the reason why she's still answering that question the way she's answering the question because she does not have that dynamic in her life right now. So her primary focus, her primary responsibility is herself. And of course, she has her business. So, but if she had a husband or had kids, her mindset would be totally different. And plus, she's only 26 years old. This girl is going to change. The more you live, the more you change, the more you evolve, the more you adapt. That's just what it is and how it is. But right now, at this moment, if she's trying to be married by 30, what Kevin is saying makes sense. But she's not going to see that until that moment comes around because in her mindset, she is still that boss woman that has to take care of herself right this moment, and she doesn't have that extra responsibility, whether it's financial or whether it's responsibility of being responsible for somebody or somebody's. You know what I'm saying? Let's see where she goes with this. That makes sense.
I'll ask you again, how is this business going to benefit your family?
I guess it would benefit me myself more than my family.
How does a woman who's thinking about herself before her family become a good mother and wife?
Who can't, I guess.
I'm asking. I'm just asking a question. So when you said, are you telling me that my life means that I just have to be a wife and mother? Why did you use the modifier just? What's more important than being a mother?
Absolutely nothing.
But is that how you're truly living your life?
Mm.
Is that truly how boss chicks think? I'm asking. Now we're really having a conversation.
And then Friday, he gonna cry when he get in the car. This is that scene. She gonna cry when she get in the damn phone. I mean, that's right. I mean, she just said out of her mouth that nothing is more important than her having a family. That's tough though, especially being by yourself. And you know you have to take care of yourself this day and age. Now I'm sure this is about 4 or 5 years ago. So and things have shifted and changed since then drastically changed. She probably don't even have them damn cars no more. That's why I wanted to see. It's like I'm gonna look her up and see.
I guess not.
So we go back to the beginning. I don't say anything. I say, what do you want? So if you got to the end of life, you got to be 60 years old and you had a successful rental car business or whatever, but you never married and never had any children, and you were financially set,
Would you be happy?
would you feel like that you have
Accomplished.
lived a good life?
Right.
Probably not, because I'll be lonely.
Oh. Yeah.
You got some stuff to think about.
That's good. I like the way you brought that.
I do.
Because-
You put it into a different perspective for me.
Yeah.
Because I wish so many of our women stopped looking at being a wife and mother as handcuffs
Right, something bad. Right.
and diminishing you. We praise entrepreneurialism and business owners more than we talk about mothers and children. But the first thing entrepreneurial women want to do is be mothers and raise their children. Men have nothing to do with the way you guys think about this. This is your creation. We're dealing with you. And men are saying, I don't want a woman that's like that because I know what I want,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't have a woman who comes before her desires come before the family
Exactly.
desires and the kids.
Right.
That's what men are ultimately saying.
And that's selfish to a family.
So glad we were. I'm glad we were able to at least get to this point. Can you have both?
That was good. That was really good.
Sure, you can have
Yeah.
some semblance of it.
So yeah.
There are
So
plenty
yeah.
of women who are married, who have children, and have home-based businesses
Right.
when they so choose.
Right.
Hmm.
But that's not being a boss chick. Boss chicks are the thing we were talking about initially. I want to compete and build a fleet of rental cars and exotic cars. Okay, that's just a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about what it is you want, not today, 20 years from now. Make sense?
Makes sense. Thank you, Kevin.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
That was good stuff. That was good stuff. I definitely appreciate that. And it's just so funny that I don't know. I may do another one. This video is pretty long, but y'all ain't doing that. Just sit y'all hands down. We better look at another one. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm all over the place. So before we get to another one, though, let me that it's so funny that um good advice and information is timeless. It's timeless. And even me sitting here had the stuff out in my mind. I was like, okay, all right, I see where it's going. But then I had to question, like, let me see what his thought process, what his mind is. And I thought it was a little harsh in certain areas, but it was all for a reason to break it back around. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to take people down to that valley a little bit, show them what that valley looks like. Coming from up here, but show them what that valley looks like. Um, to give them a few examples in the valley, then bring them back up. That way you can set up you can set them back free to go think about things from a different perspective. And that's exactly what he did. And I definitely appreciated that. So let me find another segment and we'll get on past this video. All right, guys? Thank you for being patient with me. Hey, I told you we'll keep these videos coming. So today we just have a conversation and looking at different perspectives. It's not all about bashing our beautiful ladies. We're just showing different behaviors. I think the Kevin's last example was how men think and how ladies think. It's just different. It just appears you just got to figure out what you want. And I like the way he said you got to think about what you want 20 years from now. And because that has a lot to do with determining what your actions are, what your mindset is now too. So you have to think ahead. Me actually in my 50s, so I'm sitting here like, what would I want to do 20 years ago? I want to sit my butt down. So it means that every action that I do right now, I have to make sure that families take care of, kids are set, and I'm able to sit down and not have to worry about anything but um, anything actually. Just praising the Lord and sit another day and see how long we can keep on this planet and relay wisdom back. Relay wisdom back. Give back wisdom wise and spiritual wise and other things. So anyway, let's move ahead. All right, family, got one more. Let me see. This young lady is Modern Women's Confidence. Let's see how this turns out. Hold on.
Hello, how are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 37.
37. So what are we talking about? Are we talking about dating cost or are we talking about the 2/3 rule?
I would like to talk about dating cost.
Okay, are you single or are you married?
I'm single.
Any children?
I have a 17-year-old son, yes.
All right. So what do you want to talk about on the dating cost?
Can you just be a little bit more specific of what it entails?
Well, back when the world made sense, before you got the privilege of having a baby, you used to have a husband. That's a cost.
Hi guys, so we are looking at some of Kevin's old clips again. Just a reminder, so you guys wonder why I'm doing Kevin. Just to get some advice, some perspective. It's not necessarily men against women. It's just advice, and I'm just looking at how he tutors because that was his profession, and what type of advice he's given. And I'm not sure what this young lady's issue is, but she's gonna go through it and let us know. TikTok, I got you guys on here as well because this is what I do on my YouTube channel, and this is actually the video for today. So I just wanted to test out live on TikTok just to make sure, just get an idea, a temperature gauge to see exactly how it affects you guys. But to my YouTubers, you guys have found the channel, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. And let's continue to see what this young man has to say.
You had to say, I'm going to be with this man for the rest of my natural life in front of the entire village or the entire town, and you had to stay with him. And you had to act like you had some sense. You had to cook, clean, and take care of this man and the children. You had to be a good wife, a good neighbor, a good mother, a good friend. You had to stay appealing and attractive to your husband to make him like to come home to you.
So for someone, I'm older, 37, I'm not married. And if I feel that I'm doing that, am I not doing something adequately, or am I
you feel like you're doing that what?
I feel like when I do date, I bring income to the table. I bring sex.
Nothing, ma'am, nothing I said was about income.
I wasn't finished. I'm sorry. I do cook, so I feel I'm very domesticated, but I think that somewhere I'm lacking, and I'm not sure what I'm doing incorrectly.
Okay, well, the first thing is nothing I mentioned had anything to do with provision. How come you and your child's father decided not to marry?
We were just toxic. We met in college, and we didn't even plan to have a child. We just weren't good for each other.
What's your longest relationship?
7 years.
When did that end?
That ended about 6 years ago.
Why did it end?
At one point in time in my life, I was an alcoholic. I'm in recovery now. So I had some issues that pushed him away.
Okay. How long have you been sober?
4 years.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. You've done a lot of work with alcoholics and addicts. Not easy.
No.
So is that having an impact on your current dating relationships?
It is. I feel it's hard I was very toxic at one point. And being healthy is, for lack of a better term, it's hard to be healthy when I'm accustomed to toxicity.
Okay. Well, your sobriety has to become number one. When you date, are you, at what point do you bring up your past?
I try not to bring it up too soon.
Okay.
Because people are nervous.
Yeah, I understand. I get it.
Yeah, so it's like if I feel it's going somewhere or some potential, maybe some months down the road, yes. I mean, the last person I was dating, I told him a little bit too, he felt he needed to know prior to me telling him.
Yeah. People always say that shit. Half this country's addicted to something. So before people decide to judge you, if it ain't alcohol, it's pain pills. If it ain't pain pills, it's a street drug. If it ain't that, look at the people on drinking and sexing and everything else. This country is a country of addicts and alcoholics. So, because are you an outpatient? Are you keeping up with your counseling and therapy and meetings and things like that?
I still have a sponsor. I still speak to her probably every week. I still go to online AA and things of that nature. So
as long as it stays top of mind, you know the struggles. So we move on. But yeah, people think I was bullshitting. I do this in real life, people.
I do appreciate it because
I get it.
It's live, so it's hard, and it was hard for me to come to you.
Please, I in corporate America, I work with
vice president. He was an active heroin addict, and he actually mentioned it in the company meeting. I was like, whoa. Man was making $300,000 a year talking about, yeah, man. I'm like, really? Okay. Anywho, but how are you meeting?
Most of the men I meet are online.
That's problem number one.
Okay. Because I can go to the bar, so it's like.
Of course you can. I don't suggest that either. But what I'm saying is online dating is really, in my opinion, best for people who are just kind of getting back out there and supplemental to get additional attention. But really, with the things you got going on, I would say you want to meet people who are doing, because you can't afford to meet people who are in unhealthy areas. Right. So this is why becoming a regular at a gym.
So I feel this is really good advice, and it's no bashing. He's respecting her disposition in life. Very, very respectful on both ends, and this is what we want to see. We're here to encourage each other, build relationships, and just really enhance each other's life as best we can. You know, of course, without hampering ourselves, because if we hamper ourselves, we could be no good for nobody else. But recognize other people's struggles and where they come from and their disposition in life, and just add on to it, and expect the same thing from other people. They should be adding to your life as well too, and not taking. You know what I'm saying? So let's finish up this one and see what's going on. Oh, my TikTok audience. This is a test. I just went live to see if I could get this video to come up, if I could talk to it, interact with it. I believe I'm going to take the channel a little deeper. I know you guys just tired of hearing my voice solely, but we're going to go deeper into the content and just really dig into some really great motivational type content. So, and my family, Big Guy Antics on YouTube, thank you guys for rocking with your boy. And let's continue.
At a restaurant, there's some things that support your sobriety. Volunteering. I'm big on charity work, like not a charity, but like a nonprofit, American Heart Association, Habitat for Humanity, and try to put yourself in positions to where it will support your sobriety. How are you working out consistently?
I do have a gym in my complex, and there's never anyone in there. I don't go to a Planet Fitness or LA Fitness.
And that's what you need to.
Okay.
Because you can't, and this is a problem. You got to get out and be around people. See, gyms are like nightclubs without the music and the drinking. You got to get out around human males in order to be able to have that interaction, because online is as simple as this: swipe left, swipe right. If they either like the way you look or they don't like the way you look. And then what they like you for is irrelevant. But you need to, I would say, I don't understand why you ladies don't actually find the hottest gym in the city and join it. And then in your city, what's the church, the church, the largest church with the biggest singles ministry? Join that.
That's a good one. That's a good idea. I've located to a whole different coast, so it's, I used to have that church background. Now I don't have it.
So. Well, the largest church with the largest singles ministry. Every city has a part of town where the young urban professionals kind of live and feed that and enjoy that kind of stuff. But of course, stay away from and the party scene isn't really that big at our age. So maintaining your sobriety and stuff. As long as you construct a life around, you should have a full life around your mental health and your sobriety, to where you'll find somebody in this area versus having to go over there and put that kind of stuff at risk.
Right.
So
basically, guys, he's giving advice, and definitely, I'm sure she definitely appreciates that advice. So we're gonna stop this one here. So for my YouTube family, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for rocking with your boy. I don't think I'm going to add anything else to this video, so I'm going to go ahead and peace you guys out. Much love to you. Please like the video, subscribe, but also share. Please share it. with others. And also comment. If you guys like this particular content, let me know. If there's anything particular you want to hear my commentary type skills on, I'll be happy to accommodate you guys. But until the next time, peace.